Hey there, coin enthusiasts and treasure hunters, welcome back to our YouTube channel where we dive deep into the fascinating world of numismatics, uncovering the stories behind the coins that make collectors' hearts race and their wallets tremble. And today we've got an absolute blockbuster of a topic that's sure to get you excited, the 2013 D. Jefferson nickel, a seemingly ordinary 5-cent coin that, due to a series of rare minting errors and mistakes, could be worth an astonishing $60 million or more, making it one of the most valuable modern coins in existence. So buckle up as we explore the intricate details of what makes this coin so extraordinary, the specific errors that elevate its value to stratospheric heights, and the tantalizing possibilities that keep collectors and investors on the edge of their seats, all in a single, uninterrupted journey through the world of coin collecting that's packed with intrigue, history, and the thrill of the chase. Let's start with the basics. The 2013 D. Jefferson nickel, minted at the Denver Mint, is part of the long-running Jefferson nickel series that began in 1938, featuring Thomas Jefferson's portrait on the obverse and his Monticello estate on the reverse, with a standard composition of 75% copper and 25% nickel, a diameter of 21.2 millimeters, and a weight of 5 grams. But what sets certain 2013 D nickels apart from the millions of others struck that year, over 607 million, to be exact, is a collection of rare and dramatic minting errors that transformed this humble 5-cent piece into a numismatic unicorn, a coin so rare and coveted that its value could rival the GDP of a small nation. To understand why this coin could command $60 million, we need to delve into the types of errors that can occur during the minting process, as these imperfections are the key to its jaw-dropping worth. And trust me, the errors we're talking about here are not your run-of-the-mill scratches or dings but spectacular mistakes that make collectors salivate. One of the most significant errors associated with the 2013 D nickel is the double die error, a mistake that occurs when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned during the hubbing process, causing elements of the design, such as the inscriptions, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," or "Monticello," or even Jefferson's portrait, to appear doubled, sometimes subtly and sometimes so prominently that it's visible to the naked eye, and in the case of a 2013 D nickel, a dramatic doubled die on both the obverse and reverse, known as DDO, double die obverse, and DDR, double die reverse, could push its value into the tens of thousands or even millions, depending on the clarity and extent of the doubling, as seen in examples like the 1939 double die nickel, which can fetch up to $500 in uncirculated condition. Imagine a 2013 D nickel with Jefferson's eye or nose doubled so distinctly that it looks like he's wearing 3D glasses, or the steps of Monticello appearing as if they're vibrating. Such a coin, especially if graded MS65 or higher by professional services like PCGS or NGC, could easily command a premium far beyond its face value, and if multiple elements show intense doubling, the price could skyrocket, as collectors prize these errors for their rarity and visual appeal. Another error that could contribute to the $60 million valuation is the off-center strike, where the planchet, the blank metal disc that becomes the coin, is improperly aligned in the press, resulting in a design that's shifted off to one side, leaving a portion of the coin blank, and while minor off-center strikes, say, 5 to 10%, might only fetch a few dollars, a 2013 D nickel struck 50% or more off-center, with significant portions of Jefferson's face or Monticello missing, could be worth thousands, especially if it's uncirculated, as seen with the 2013 P nickel that sold for $485 at a 2015 Heritage Auctions sale for a 35% off-center strike graded MS60. So imagine one that's 70% off-center with pristine surfaces. Such a coin could be a game changer, potentially pushing the value into 6 or 7 figures due to its dramatic appearance and scarcity. Then there's the counter brokerage error, a rare and fascinating mistake where a previously struck coin sticks to the die and impresses its design onto another blank planchet, creating a coin with a mirrored or distorted version of the design, often blurry or incomplete. And for a 2013 D nickel, a full counter brokerage error, where the reverse design appears on both sides, for example, could be worth a fortune, as evidenced by a 2013 D nickel graded MS65 with a counter brokerage error that sold $4,685 at a 2014 Heritage Auction sale. But a particularly dramatic example, perhaps with a clear impression of Monticello on the obverse, could push the value exponentially higher, as these errors are incredibly rare and highly sought after by error coin collectors who value the uniqueness of each piece. Another error to consider is the missing clad layer, a defect that occurs when the nickel-copper outer layer of the coin peels off, exposing the copper core, giving the coin a reddish or brownish hue that's strikingly different from the usual silvery appearance. And while a partial missing clad layer might fetch a few $100s, a 2013 D nickel with a full missing clad layer on both sides, graded MS60 or higher, could command prices in the thousands, as seen with a 2013 D nickel that sold For $215 in 2015 for an improperly annealed error, which is somewhat similar, but a full missing clad layer in pristine condition could be a multi-million-dollar fine due to its visual impact and rarity, as collectors love coins that stand out so dramatically from the norm. There's also the possibility of a die crack error, where the die used to strike the coin develops a crack during production, leaving a raised line or ridge on the coin's surface, and while minor die cracks might only add a modest premium, a significant die crack, say, one that stretches across Jefferson's face or through the entire Monticello building, could be worth hundreds or thousands, especially if it's a retained die break or a cud, where a piece of the die breaks off, leaving a raised, unstruck area on the coin, and a 2013 D nickel with a massive cud, perhaps covering half of the reverse, could be a seven-figure coin, as these errors are both rare and visually striking, much like the 2013 D Lincoln penny with a die crack that sold for $300 in 2016. Another rare and valuable error is the feeder finger error, where the mechanical fingers that feed the planchet into the press are struck by the die, leaving scratch-like marks on the coin's surface, and while these errors are less common, a 2013 D nickel with prominent feeder finger marks, especially in high grade, could fetch significant sums, as seen with a 2005 P nickel that sold for $1,010 on eBay in 2022 for a feeder finger error graded MS65, suggesting that a similar error on a 2013 D nickel could be worth thousands, if not more, depending on the visibility and condition. Now, let's talk about the possibility of a multiple error coin, which is where the $60 million valuation starts to come into focus, because while a single error like a double die or off-center strike is valuable, a 2013 D nickel with multiple errors, say, a 50% off-center strike combined with a double die obverse and a missing clad layer, would be a numismatic holy grail, as the combination of such rare defects on a single coin is almost unheard of, and collectors are willing to pay astronomical sums for coins that are truly one of a kind, much like the 1943 bronze cent, which can fetch over $1 million due to its rarity and historical significance, or the 1913 Liberty Head nickel, which sold for over $3 million because only 5 examples are known to exist. To put this in perspective, the $60 million figure might seem outlandish, but consider the 1794 flowing hair silver dollar, which sold for over $10 million in 2013, or the 1933 double eagle, which fetched $18.9 million in 2021, both driven by their rarity and historical importance. So a 2013 D nickel with a combination of dramatic errors, verified by top grading services and authenticated as unique, could conceivably reach such a valuation, especially in a heated auction environment where wealthy collectors and investors are vying for the ultimate trophy coin. The minting process itself is a key factor in these errors, as the U.S. Mint's high-speed production lines, capable of striking hundreds of coins per minute, are prone to occasional mishaps, whether it's a misaligned die, a planchet that's improperly fed, or a die that's damaged or worn, and while modern quality control is stringent, errors still slip through, especially in large mintages like the 607 million 2013 D nickels, where a single defective die or a momentary lapse in the press could produce a handful of error coins that escape detection and enter circulation, only to be discovered years later by sharp-eyed collectors or lucky individuals checking their pocket change. The rarity of these errors is what drives their value, as most error coins are produced in small batches. A die might only strike a few dozen coins before the error is noticed and corrected, or a single planchet might be affected by a unique combination of mistakes, making it a one-off treasure. And for a 2013 D nickel to reach $60 million, it would likely need to be a singular specimen, perhaps the only known example with a specific combination of errors, graded MS67 or higher, with no other coins like it in existence, as rarity is the ultimate currency in numismatics. Authentication is critical for such a coin, as the difference between a $5 error coin and a $60 million masterpiece lies in the expertise of grading services like PCGS or NGC, which use the Sheldon scale, 1 to 70, to assess condition, with MS60 and above indicating uncirculated coins, and anything MS65 or higher considered a gem. So a 2013 D nickel with multiple errors in MS67 condition would be exponentially more valuable than one in circulated condition, as collectors prize pristine surfaces and sharp details, and the coin would need to be slabbed, encased in a tamper-proof holder, with a detailed description of its errors to command top dollar at auction. The history of error coins adds to the allure, as collectors have long been fascinated by minting mistakes, from the 1955 double-die Lincoln cent, which can fetch thousands, to the 2005 speared bison nickel, valued at up to $300 for its dramatic die gouge, and the 2013 D nickel fits into this tradition. with its potential for errors like those seen in earlier coins but amplified by the modern context and the sheer improbability of such mistakes slipping through today's advanced minting technology, making it a modern marvel in a field dominated by older, more famous errors. The market for error coins is also driven by the stories behind them, as each error coin tells a tale of a moment when the mint's precision faltered, creating a piece of history that's both tangible and ephemeral. And for a 2013 nickel to be worth $60 million, it would likely need a compelling narrative. Perhaps it was discovered in a vending machine by a collector who noticed its odd appearance, or it was part of a hoard that sat unnoticed for years, only to be revealed as a unique specimen. After careful examination, and such stories can captivate bidders, driving prices to dizzying heights, as seen with coins like the 1969 double die cent, which commands six-figure sums due to its rarity and the romance of its discovery. The possibility of finding such a coin is what keeps collectors hooked, as every handful of change could contain a hidden gem, and while the odds of finding a $60 million 2013 nickel are vanishingly small, the dream of uncovering one in your pocket or an old coin jar is a powerful motivator, especially when you consider that error coins are often found in circulation by everyday people, not just professional numismatists, and tools like a 10x jeweler's loupe or a digital microscope can help identify errors like double dies or off-center strikes, while apps like Coin ID Scanner can assist beginners in spotting valuable anomalies. The economic context of 2013 also plays a role, as the Denver Mint was producing coins at a high volume to meet circulation demands, and while the mintage of 607 million nickels suggests they're common, the specific errors we're discussing are anything but, as they result from rare mechanical failures or human oversights that might affect only a tiny fraction of the total output, and the combination of a high mintage with low error frequency creates a paradox where the coin is both ubiquitous and extraordinarily rare, amplifying its value when an error specimen is found, especially one with multiple defects that make it unique. The psychology of collecting also contributes to the $60 million figure, as error coins appeal to a niche but passionate group of collectors who are willing to pay premiums for coins that stand out, and the 2013 nickel, with its potential for dramatic errors, taps into this desire for uniqueness, as no two error coins are exactly alike, and a coin with a combination of double die, off-center strike, missing clad layer, and a cut or counter brokerage would be a singular artifact, akin to a Picasso or a rare diamond, with its value driven not just by its physical attributes but by the prestige of owning something no one else has. The auction market further fuels this phenomenon, as high-profile sales at firms like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers create a feedback loop where record-breaking prices for rare coins encourage more collectors to hunt for similar treasures, and a 2013 nickel with multiple errors could easily become the centerpiece of a major auction, drawing bids from around the world, especially if it's marketed as a once-in-a-lifetime find, much like the 1913 Liberty Head nickel or the 1943 bronze cent, which have become legends in the numismatic community. The condition of the coin is paramount, as even a spectacular error in poor condition, say, a circulated coin with scratches or wear, might only fetch a fraction of its potential value, whereas an uncirculated MS-67 or MS-68 specimen with vivid luster and no bag marks could command millions, as seen with coins like the 1941 PR-68 Jefferson nickel, which sold for $18,800 in 2013, and the 2013 nickel, with its modern rarity and multiple errors, could surpass such figures if it's in pristine condition, as collectors and investors are increasingly drawn to modern coins that challenge the dominance of older, more traditional rarities. The role of professional grading cannot be overstated, as services like PCGS and NGC not only authenticate the coin but also assign a grade that determines its marketability, and a 2013 nickel with multiple errors would need to be slabbed with a detailed error description to maximize its value, as buyers at high-end auctions demand assurance that the coin is genuine and as described, and the grading process also protects the coin from damage, preserving its condition for future generations, which is critical for maintaining its $60 million valuation. The rarity of multiple error coins is worth emphasizing, as while single errors like a double die or off-center strike are rare, the odds of a coin exhibiting two or more major errors are astronomically low, and a 2013 nickel with, say, a 60% off-center strike, a double die obverse, a missing clad layer, and a counter brokerage error would be a statistical miracle, likely one of only a handful, or even the only one, ever produced, and such uniqueness is what drives prices into the stratosphere, as collectors and investors compete to own a piece of history that no one else can claim. The historical context of the Jefferson nickel series also adds to the coin's allure, as it's one of the longest-running U.S. coin designs, with a legacy tied to American history and culture, and while the 2013 D nickel lacks the wartime significance of, say, the 1943 silver alloy nickels, its potential for errors makes it a modern equivalent, a coin that captures the imagination of collectors who see it as a bridge between the past and present, and the fact that it's a relatively recent coin, minted just over a decade ago, makes the possibility of finding one in circulation all the more tantalizing, as it could be hiding in a cash register or a coin roll at your local bank. The social aspect of coin collecting also plays a role, as the numismatic community thrives on sharing stories of great finds, and a 2013 D nickel worth $60 million would be the kind of discovery that makes headlines, much like the 1969 double die cent or the 2005 speared bison nickel, and such a coin would likely inspire a new wave of collectors to scour their change, attend coin shows, or join online forums to discuss their finds, creating a ripple effect that boosts the hobby as a whole. The technological advancements in minting also make modern errors like those on the 2013 D nickel particularly intriguing, as the US Mint's modern presses are designed to minimize mistakes, so when a significant error does occur, it's a testament to the chaotic beauty of chance, and collectors value these coins not just for their rarity but for what they represent, a moment when human ingenuity and mechanical precision faltered, creating something unique and irreplaceable. The global market for rare coins also contributes to the potential $60 million valuation, as collectors and investors from around the world, particularly in emerging markets like China and India, are increasingly entering the numismatic scene, driving demand for rare US coins and pushing prices to new heights, and a 2013 D nickel with multiple errors would appeal to both American collectors and international buyers who see it as a status symbol, much like a rare painting or a vintage car. The legal and ethical considerations of such a coin are also worth noting, as some error coins, particularly those that were never meant to leave the mint, can raise questions about their legitimacy, but a 2013 D nickel found in circulation would be considered legal tender and fair game for collectors, unlike, say, the 1933 double eagle, which faced legal challenges due to its status as a recalled coin. So the 2013 D nickel's potential $60 million value would be unencumbered by such issues, making it even more attractive to buyers. The role of coin shows and conventions cannot be overlooked, as these events are where many error coins are first identified and sold, and a 2013 D nickel with multiple errors would likely make its debut at a major show like the American Numismatic Association's World's Fair of Money, where dealers, collectors, and grading services converge to evaluate and trade rare coins. And the buzz around such a coin would be electric, with experts examining it under loupes and microscopes, debating its errors and estimating its value, potentially setting the stage for a record-breaking auction. The media also plays a role in inflating the value of such coins, as stories about rare finds often go viral, attracting new collectors and investors to the hobby, and a 2013 D nickel valued at $60 million would likely be featured in news outlets, coin magazines, and online platforms, further driving interest and demand, much like the 2005 Buffalo nickel with the speared bison error, which became a sensation among collectors. The condition of the coin's surfaces, its luster, toning, and lack of bag marks or scratches, is critical, as even a spectacular error in low grade might only fetch a fraction of its potential, whereas a pristine MS-68 specimen with vibrant color and sharp details could command millions, as seen with coins like the 1941 MS-67 FS Jefferson nickel, which sold for $8,913 in 2006, and a 2013 D nickel with multiple errors in similar condition would be orders of magnitude more valuable due to its uniqueness. The interplay of supply and demand in the numismatic market is also key, as the supply of error coins is inherently limited. Once a die is corrected or a mistake is caught, no more coins with that error are produced, and for a 2013 D nickel with multiple errors, the supply might be as low as 1 or 2 coins, making it a true rarity that collectors are willing to pay a premium for, especially if it's the finest known example, as seen with coins like the 1927 D double eagle, considered one of the rarest US gold coins. The psychological thrill of the hunt also drives the value, as collectors are motivated by the possibility of finding a life-changing coin in their change, and the 2013 D nickel, with its potential for errors like double dies, off-center strikes, missing clad layers, counter-brokages, and cuds, represents the ultimate prize, a coin that could turn a 5-cent piece into a multi-million-dollar fortune. And stories of such finds, like the 1972 double-header 5-cent coin worth over $2,000, fuel the dreams of collectors worldwide. The role of grading services in establishing value is crucial, as a coin's grade and error description are what give buyers confidence, and a 2013 D nickel with a PCGS or NGC label stating MS67, DDO, DDR, 60% off-center, missing clad layer, counter brokerage, would be a numismatic bombshell, likely setting a new record for modern coin sales, as collectors trust these services to verify authenticity and condition, and the slab itself becomes a badge of honor, signaling the coin's status as a top-tier rarity. The historical significance of the Jefferson nickel series, designed by Felix Schlag and modified over the years to include commemorative designs like the 2005 Buffalo nickel, adds to the appeal, as collectors see the 2013 D nickel as part of a storied lineage, and an era coin from the series carries extra weight due to its connection to American history and culture, making it a must-have for serious collectors. The possibility of a 2013 D nickel with multiple errors being discovered in circulation is not just a pipe dream, as error coins are often found by everyday people. Think of the coin noodler who found dozens of 2007 double-header 5-cent coins worth thousands each, and the 2013 D nickel could be hiding in a coin roll, a cash drawer, or an old collection, waiting to be discovered by someone with a keen eye and a bit of luck, and the tools to identify it, like a loop or a coin app, are more accessible than ever, making the hunt more democratic than in years past. The global numismatic market also plays a role, as collectors in Europe, Asia, and beyond are increasingly interested in US error coins, and a 2013 D nickel with multiple errors would likely attract international bidders, driving up its price in a competitive auction, much like the 2005 DMS66 speared bison nickel, which sold for $2,650, but a 2013 D nickel with more dramatic errors could easily surpass that figure, especially if it's marketed as a once-in-a-generation find. The allure of error coins lies in their imperfection, as they represent a moment when the mint's precision failed, creating something unique and beautiful, and the 2013 D nickel, with its potential for a combination of errors, embodies this idea perfectly, offering collectors a chance to own a piece of history that's both a technical marvel and a work of art, and the $60 million valuation, while ambitious, is not impossible in a market where rarity, condition, and story converge to create extraordinary value. So keep checking your change, visit coin shows, and stay curious, because the next $60 million coin could be out there waiting for you to find it, and that's what makes this hobby so thrilling. So, there you have it, folks, a deep dive into the 2013 D Jefferson nickel and the errors that could make it worth $60 million, from double dies to off-center strikes to missing clad layers and beyond, and I hope you're as excited as I am about the possibilities. So hit that subscribe button, share this video with your fellow coin hunters, and let us know in the comments if you've ever found an error coin or if you're inspired to start looking, because the world of numismatics is full of surprises, and we'll see you next time for more treasure hunting adventures. Next, let's dive into the fascinating world of numismatics, where a seemingly ordinary coin, the 2015 D Jefferson nickel, minted at the Denver Mint, can transform into a treasure worth a staggering $27 million due to rare errors and mistakes that captivate collectors and drive the coin's value to astronomical heights, a phenomenon rooted in the intricate processes of coin production, the rarity of specific imperfections, and the intense demand within the collecting community for these unique pieces of American history. The 2015 D Jefferson nickel, part of the long-running Jefferson nickel series that began in 1938, features the iconic portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse, designed by Felix Schlag, and the Monticello, Jefferson's Virginia estate, on the reverse, with inscriptions like E pluribus unum, United States of America, and 5 cents, crafted from a composition of 75% copper and 25% nickel, weighing 5 grams and measuring 21.21 millimeters in diameter, a standard coin that, at face value, is worth just 5 cents, yet certain examples from this year and mint mark have achieved legendary status due to extraordinary minting errors that make them exceptionally rare and valuable. Coin collecting thrives on the allure of errors, mistakes made during the minting process that create unique, one-of-a-kind coins, and the 2015 D nickel is no exception, with several types of errors contributing to its potential to command such an extraordinary price, including double die errors, off-center strikes, missing clad layers, interior die breaks, and other striking anomalies that set these coins apart from their perfectly minted counterparts. A double die error, one of the most sought-after mistakes in numismatics, occurs when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned or struck multiple times during its creation, resulting in a noticeable doubling of design elements, such as the letters in Liberty or In God We Trust, or the features of Jefferson's portrait on the obverse, or the steps and windows of Monticello on the reverse. For the 2015 D nickel, a pronounced double die variety could significantly increase its value, with some examples of similar errors on other coins fetching thousands or even millions at auction due to their visual appeal and rarity. For instance, a hypothetical 2015 D nickel with a dramatic double die obverse, where Jefferson's I or the date, 2015, shows clear doubling, could be graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC, and if certified as a high-grade mint state, MS67 or higher, its value could escalate into the hundreds of thousands, as collectors prize such errors for their distinctiveness and the challenge of finding them. Another error that could elevate the 2015 D nickel's worth is the off-center strike, where the planchet, the blank metal disc, is misaligned in the press, causing the design to be struck off-center, sometimes leaving a portion of the coin blank or missing key details. A 2015 D nickel with a 50% off-center strike, where half the design is missing, could be valued at $10,000 or more, depending on the percentage of offset and the coin's condition, as the greater the misalignment, the more valuable. The error becomes, with some off-center coins from other years selling for upwards of $100,000 when the error is extreme and the coin remains in pristine condition. The missing clad layer error is another rare and valuable mistake, where the outer nickel-copper layer fails to bond properly to the copper core, exposing the reddish copper interior on one or both sides of the coin. For a 2015 D nickel, a full missing clad layer on the obverse, revealing a coppery Jefferson portrait, could fetch $5,000 to $50,000, as these errors are visually striking and exceedingly rare, with collectors paying a premium for coins that display such a dramatic departure from the norm. Interior die breaks, where a piece of the die chips or cracks, leaving raised or sunken areas on the coin's surface, are also highly collectible. A 2015 D nickel with a large interior die break, such as a prominent crack through Monticello or a raised blob near Jefferson's profile, could be valued at $1,000 to $10,000, depending on the size and visibility of the break, as these errors are unique to specific dies and thus limited in number. A particularly rare and valuable error is the cud, where a significant portion of the die breaks away, leaving a raised, blob-like area on the coin that extends to the rim. A 2015 D nickel with a major cut error covering part of Jefferson's face or Monticello could command $20,000 or more, as cuds are among the most dramatic and desirable errors due to their bold appearance and scarcity. Another possibility is the wrong planchet error, where a 2015 D nickel is struck on a planchet intended for a different denomination, such as a dime planchet, which is smaller and lighter, 2.27 grams and 17.9 millimeters in diameter. Such an error would result in a nickel design squeezed onto a smaller surface, with inscriptions appearing cramped or cut off, potentially valuing the coin at $50,000 or higher, as wrong planchet errors are exceptionally rare and highly sought after, with similar errors on other coins, like a penny struck on a dime planchet, selling for hundreds of thousands. Additionally, a broad strike error, where the coin is struck without the retaining collar, causing it to spread out larger than normal, could increase the value of a 2015 D nickel to $1,000 or more, especially if the coin retains sharp details despite its expanded diameter. The $27 million valuation for a 2015 D nickel would likely stem from a combination of these errors or an extraordinarily rare and dramatic single error, such as a unique double die with exceptional doubling combined with a high-grade condition, certified by a reputable grading service and accompanied by a documented auction history that drives collector frenzy. The Denver Mint produced over 1 billion Jefferson nickels in 2015, making error-free coins common and worth only face value in circulated condition, but the rarity of error coins stems from the U.S. Mint's quality control processes, which aim to catch mistakes before coins enter circulation, meaning that only a tiny fraction of error coins escape into the wild, making them exponentially more valuable. The value of these errors is further amplified by the coin's condition. A 2015 D nickel with a rare error in circulated condition might be worth hundreds, but in uncirculated mint state grades, MS65 or higher, the value skyrockets, as collectors prefer coins with minimal wear to showcase the error's details. Professional grading by services like PCGS or NGC adds credibility and marketability, with coins graded MS67 or MS68 commanding premiums due to their rarity at such high grades. For example, a 2015 D nickel with a full steps designation, FS, where the Monticello steps are fully struck and visible, combined with a major error like a double die, could push its value into the millions if it's one of a kind. The historical context of the 2015 D nickel also plays a role in its allure, as the Jefferson nickel series, while not as iconic as the Buffalo nickel or commemorative issues like the 2005 Westward Journey nickels, has a dedicated following among collectors who seek out errors from specific years and mints, particularly from the Denver Mint, which has a reputation for producing notable errors in the past. The $27 million figure, while hypothetical, could be justified by a singularly unique error coin, perhaps one with multiple errors, say, a double die obverse, a missing clad layer, and an off-center strike, making it a unicorn in the numismatic world. akin to the 1943 bronze cent that sold for over $1 million due to its extreme rarity. Collectors are willing to pay such sums because rare coins represent a tangible piece of minting history, a moment when the precision of modern minting failed spectacularly, creating a coin that stands out as a one-of-a-kind artifact. The demand for such coins is driven by a niche but passionate community of rare coin collectors, who often compete fiercely at auctions, driving prices to dizzying heights. For instance, a 2005 D Buffalo nickel with the famous speared bison error, where a die gouge appears to pierce the bison, has sold for $5,000 or more, illustrating how a single dramatic error can elevate a coin's value far beyond its face value. The possibility of a 2015 D nickel reaching $27 million would also depend on its provenance. Perhaps it was discovered in a notable collection or featured in a high-profile auction, gaining media attention that fuels collector interest. The numismatic market is influenced by trends, with rare coins gaining popularity in recent years due to online platforms like eBay and heritage auctions, where collectors can bid on rare finds, and social media, where images of unique errors spread rapidly, increasing demand. To identify a valuable 2015 D nickel, collectors should use a 10x jeweler's loupe or digital microscope to examine the coin for signs of doubling, off-center strikes, or unusual surfaces, and consult a professional numismatist for authentication, as counterfeits and post-mint damage can mimic true errors but hold no value. The allure of a $27 million 2015 D nickel lies not just in its monetary worth but in the story it tells, a tale of human error, mechanical failure, and the relentless pursuit of rarity in a world where billions of coins are struck each year, yet only a select few become legendary. The possibility of finding such a coin in pocket change or an old collection keeps collectors searching through bank rolls, mint sets, and estate sales, hoping to uncover the next numismatic treasure that could redefine the value of a humble 5-cent piece. The 2015 D nickel's potential errors, from subtle die cracks to catastrophic wrong planchet mistakes, make it a prime target for collectors, and while a $27 million price tag may seem fantastical, the history of numismatics shows that extraordinary errors can command extraordinary prices when rarity, condition, and collector passion align perfectly.